All right, so what I'm going to do, ladies, is share my screen and get Cookidoo up. All right, and then we'll go through it all from there. So here we go. All right, so bear with me because I have to move you guys around a little bit. Oh, someone else has just arrived, so that's good. Okay, so first of all, you want to look at your profile. Okay, so your profile is the top right-hand side. And if you haven't actually done anything with your profile yet, it will just look like a little chef's hat. But if we go into the profile, and bearing in mind, I'm on the website, I'm not on the app. So if you're looking at Cookidoo on your phone or on an iPad, it will look slightly different because everything's down the bottom rather than at the top. All right, and also in the app, you have a separate tab for your shopping list, whereas here my shopping list is under here. Okay, but it's basically the same thing, it's just upside down in a way. So if we come into a profile, you can view your profile and you can add a photo if you want to, and you can add your name. Then if you want to, you can say, right, I'm a veggie cook. So you can click on that, and what it will do is it will Cookidoo will tend to send you more vegetarian recipes. So that's something you may want to consider. And then you have a look at the accessories that you've got. All right. Now the Thermomix blade cover is an old you can't buy that anymore. If you bought it a few years ago, you might still have one, but I don't think any of you have. So the Thermomix blade cover peeler, the Thermomix cutter, and the Thermomix sensor, those are things that I have. So I have ticked that I have them because it means that those recipes are going to show up in my Cookidoo. If I don't have them ticked, then those recipes, I may find it harder to find those recipes. Okay. And then down here under my search filter preferences, I just have TM6 and English and all countries. Now, the reason I have that, I used to just have Australia, the UK, and the United States, but there are countries that have collections of recipes that are partly in their language and partly in English. So I found I was missing out on a few recipes, so I've decided to do that. If you go in there and you don't have those filters, I mean, you can do it however you like, but that's what I do. And all you need to do is update your filter and it will take you into your filters. All right, so let's get back into Explore. So the front page of your Cookidoo is full of little rabbit holes. So if you look down here, it will tell you, oh, we've obviously had a new collection of recipes. I can see that just by seeing what are the latest recipes on Cookidoo. And one of the things in the mix shop at the moment is these Kaiser stamps to make these Kaiser rolls. And they've obviously brought out the Kaiser roll collection. You can have a bit of a look here through various things. Bake a cake, throw a party. Indonesian food is another new collection that's just been added. So there's some options there. And a whole, I mean, you can click in here and have a look at that. You can also go and gives you a little bit of explanation about the cutter. For those of you who've got a cutter, created recipes and latest collections. There we go, Kaiser rolls. Let's have a quick look in there because I haven't seen that one. So 5 recipes for these rolls. And I'm sure you can make them without the stamp on them, but that stamp is in the mix shop now. So traditional rye cheats and cheesy chicken filling. They all look good. All right, so I'm going to go back to where we were. So also from here, when you're near the top here, this is again just on the website. You can have a look in for you. And what they tend to do is, if you've said that you're happy for Thermomix to see what you're cooking, they will tend to send you sorts of things that you like. And well, not big on smoothies, but yeah, that would get me. I'd like that. I'd like that. I'd like the wellness shot. So they have got me a little bit picked. Everyday recipes and a whole lot of different things in there. And you can also go into themes. And with the themes, you can learn more about Cookidoo, decorating Easter eggs with kids, which, you know, we need in about 6 months' time or whatever it is, and a whole lot of different things. Okay, but what we want to do is want to explore. And again, in the app, you also, as well as explore, hang on, you have explore. I'm just getting the app up, so I've got that in front of me too. Oh, you've got search in the app, and that is the easiest way to start searching. But through this, I just have to start searching. So we were talking about chocolate cake before, so I'm just putting in this one, Torta Caprese. And the reason I actually searched for this one before was because of one of the things that you can do with some recipes. So I'm going to have a look in this recipe. So it's a flourless chocolate cake. When you're looking at recipes, you scroll down. It's an easy cake. It takes 20 minutes to prepare, total time of 2 hours. That's going to be the cooking time, the cooling time before you put the icing on. And this is what I wanted to show you. So serving size. Now, it says 12 portions. Some recipes have what we call scaling. And here, I can make a cake for 10. I don't know why you would with a chocolate cake. You probably want as big a cake as you can, so you've got leftovers, but you can do that. All right. So, but if you decide you want to make the cake for 10 and you're going to add it to your week, you want to add it to your week with those 10 portions. All right. So if we just have a quick look down here. So it's got 130 grams of butter for 10 portions and 210 grams of dark chocolate. If we make it 12 portions, we've now got 150 grams of butter and 250 grams of dark chocolate. So that's why you need to save it as that recipe. And we'll look through this button as well. That's how you need to add it to your shopping list if that's what you're doing. All right. So also in your recipes, you get all the ingredients. You obviously get this is not a good one to show nutritional content, is it? But it gives you the method there, which is obviously going to come up on the screen of your TM6, but it's also giving you here calories, the amount of protein, the amount of carbs, the amount of fat, and it will give you useful items and tips and tricks. All right. Now you might want, so you can have any nuts of choice, but it's always worth going down there and checking that. Okay. Now from here, we can go cook today. And that's gone into my week. I can also go add. I can bookmark it if I want to, but I don't want to have too many bookmarks. I've probably got a few too many at the moment, but I think I've got 7. But I don't like to have too many bookmarks, and you've got to search through all your bookmarks to find what you're actually after. The best thing to do is to have a collection, and I'll show you these in a minute. I can add it to my week. I can add it to my shopping list. And we're not talking about creative recipes tonight, but I am doing something on creative recipes next Monday. All right. And I will make sure you've all got, well, yes, all got that. If you want to have, hop on and have a look at that. All right. So I will add it to my shopping list as well. So that is my Torta Caprese. Let's go back here. Sorry to move you guys again. Go back. All right. Up here. Oh, that's because I changed its portion size that many times. All right. Okay. I'm just going to show you another example of that scaling. So I found a few recipes. Oh, whoops, ratatouille. And if I go into this ratatouille, again, we can have a look at this. 4 portions. You can do it for 2 portions. If you're just feeding 2, you can do it for 6. All right. And again, you add it to your week and your shopping list with the number of portions that you want. All right. Okay. Now, as well, I'm just going to put that back in. Oh, somewhere. You can also look using filters. All right, so our filters are here. If I just take out ratatouille for a minute. Okay, search, I'm not searching for anything. Okay, oh, this is, so we can use filters. So with the filters, You can decide, right, I want to look for a soup. I have to keep moving you guys. You can't see yourselves, but I'm having to move you all around the screen. All right, so we're looking for a soup, seeing as we're going to be 15 degrees tomorrow, we might need it. But there are all sorts of different categories here. So we've got main dishes. I don't know what the main dishes other are, but vegetarian fish, meat, pasta and rice, side dishes, sauces, desserts and sweets, savory baking, sweet baking, breads and rolls, drinks, basics, baby food, sauces, dips and spreads, breakfast, snacks, menus, and more. So there's all sorts of ways you can have a look. You might have an ingredient that you want to use up in your soup. So let's just put, no, I don't like their pumpkin soups. I'm not going to put that in. I'm going to put fish, okay? Fish. Okay, so I'm looking for a soup fish, a fish soup. And I might say, right, I want it to be gluten-free. I want it to be easy. So it's only looking, can you see how much that's filtered down? I've only got one result now. I want it on the table in 30 minutes. No results. Okay, so I have to take that out. Let's put that on 45 minutes. Okay. And I might want it to feed 4. So I've got a lot of different filters on there. You can see them up here. It's a recipe in English. It's a TM6 recipe. TM6, if you have TM6 there, it means you can cook everything. Soups, I'm having a white fish fillet in my soup, gluten-free, easy, total time of 45 minutes, going to feed 4 people. So I put on a lot of filters in there. If I take out that fish, I've got 53 results that will be that are gluten-free, that are easy, and a total time of 45. So what comes up is absolutely dependent on what filters you put in there. And you don't have to use filters, but it's just another way of searching for things. All right. Now, the other thing you've got here is relevance. So sometimes you can have a bit of trouble finding a recipe that you think you found before. You can look, but you can look at it here by newest, by name. You could be looking for a recipe that's the shortest total time, the shortest prep time, or the best rated. All right, let's put best rated in there and see what comes up with. Same. Okay, so I tend to have it set on relevance, but there are obviously other settings there as well. Okay, now let me get rid of that. So I can go back into my filters and, oh, hang on. It's different one here. I'm going to get rid of my soups. I want to see if I can get rid of those other filters this way. Hang on. I'm just going to do it this way. Just click out of them. All right. Soups there. Soups is gone. Okay. All right. Does that make sense so far? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Now, the other way you can look at recipes is we've got recipes here, but we've also got collections. And this is where it gets slightly more complicated by just having English and all the different countries, because I'm getting recipes that's traditional. Österreich is Austria. So we're getting recipes that are in different countries. Okay, so that's vegetable. Oh, that's the cutter in German. So if I go in there, all those recipes are going to be in German. Now, there's 2 ways you can do with that. Look, I can do Google Translate to English on the computer, to English. All right. And it's going to show me all those recipes in English. However, if you put that, you move one of those onto the screen of your TM6, it's not going to be in English. But what you can do is get Google Translate up on your phone and hold it in front of the recipe, and it will translate it for you, so you know what you're doing. Okay, I honestly don't think we need to do that because we've got so many amazing recipes in English, but that's just if there was something there that you particularly wanted to look at. So if I want to look by collections, I actually go into my filters, and I am recording this and I will send it to you. So if you're thinking, oh my God, she's giving me too much information here, you can go back and have a look. But I go into my filters and I go, got English language. I'm going to put in Australia as a country, and I'm going to put in United States, and I'm going to put in the United Kingdom. And then I'm going to go to collections. And now all my collections are in English. Okay, so I've got those Kaiser rolls, second bowl blade cover, birthday cakes. This is all that's a new one from Australia, homemade noodles and dumplings. This one has some really interesting birthday cakes in it. Look at the mermaid tail on that. And there was one that I thought was pretty clever. Look at the pinata cake. So there's some, and the unicorn. I mean, probably totally irrelevant to all of you, but I just thought they were pretty cool. But we're going to go back out of there. But what you can do here in the collections, you can go, you can still explore, and you might go, I want vegetarian collections. And that's going to give me a whole lot of different things. And I do know Vegetarian Kitchen is a whole book. So that has a whole heap of recipes. It's got 87 recipes in it. Whereas some of these, actually, I made that the other day. That was really good. The pumpkin, that's got 10 recipes in it. So we have small collections and we have whole books. But let me find you that. Where is it? Yeah, the stuffed butternut pumpkin with feta was really nice. And obviously, if you're vegan, you can leave out the feta. So we've got vegetarian. So we've got a few things. That's also another book that's actually in the UK, that one, Modern Vegetarian. And we've got a lot of different options. All right, but let's go back to recipes. And I'm going to, again, get rid of these. Okay. All right. Okay, I've done that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. Still in vegetarian. Oh, I'll leave it on vegetarian. Let's have a look at a vegetarian chili. So there are several things you can do from here when you add. As I said, you can cook today. You can go add to a bookmark. You can add it to a collection, in which case you'd go into a collection, and I have got a vegetarian collection, but I'm just, not sure where that one went. It's logged me out. Hold on. I don't know why it's done that. Log in. Okay. So now I can go, add to collection. I can create a collection, and I can call it vegetarian. Probably going to tell me I've felt that wrong anyway, but all right. I can also go add to my week, and I'll pop it in for Friday. I can go add to my shopping list, and I can do all of those things. I can do that by clicking into the recipe, but the other way I can, sorry. Probably got internet issues. All right, I'm going to go back out there and see if it'll, you can also add them. Oh, yeah. Wherever you see 3 dots, you can do things from there. So all those things that I've just done in the recipe, I can also do from the 3 dots. So if I don't actually want to go in and look at the recipe, but I know that's what I want to make, I can do this, and I can do all those things that I showed you before just from the 3 dots. All right. So once I've done that, if I want to find them again, I can come to my recipes. I didn't bookmark it, but I'll show you my bookmarks in a minute. And here's my vegetarian collection, and there's my recipe. So I create collections when I want to have a group, I want to group some things together, and you create your own collections. So if I go into my created collections, I've got some 30-minute meals in here. And I've just gone through, with my filters, I've just used that time of I want meals on the table in 30 minutes. And then I've had a look at the recipes and I've added them here if I've wanted to. I've got a basics collection. So I know if I want to make a vegetable sauce or a cauli mash, chicken stock paste, you know, vanilla, bean, tomato paste, all those sorts of things are in here. I may have sent this to a few of you, but if I haven't and you want it, just pop in the chat that you would like it. This jasmine rice recipe I find quite helpful for cooking rice. It is, you do use it in, it's just cooked into the, just in the bar, not in the basket, into the bowl. But what's good about it, this is 3 portions. I don't think you can actually scale there, but all you're doing is you are adding the rice, the water, the oil, the salt, and then you're starting rice cooker mode. You do it in the recipe, all right? But once you get to know how many people you're cooking for, if you come down here, or maybe you've got you know, a time when you want to cook for more, here you've got all the information about how much you actually need for each of those, you know, for 4 to 6 portions or 6 to 8 portions. All you need to do then is go to the scales on your TM6, weigh those things in, then go to rice cooker and start rice cooker mode, and it will cook it there for you perfectly. All right. So that's collections. And also in your, so you need to click on created to find your personal creative collections. You also have saved collections. And at the moment, if you haven't saved any collections yourself, you will just have your basic cookbook in there, which is, oh, sorry, wrong one, which is the white basic cookbook here. Okay. But if we go, now, of course, I've got out of the whole collection thing. Let's go. I'm just going to, I'm not going to go back, put all those filters in. Go back to collections, that's fine. We've got the Kaiser roll one. So I can click in here, and if I go save like that, then that whole collection is now saved under my recipes. So I can go to my recipes, I'll go to saved, and somewhere it will be here. There it is. Okay. So if you know, if you want to have a whole lot of vegetarian collections saved there, then, you know, or meat ones or whatever, then you absolutely can. I've got some high heat basics in here as well. So with the high heat in your TM6, you can, if you wanted to, even if you don't want to follow a whole recipe, but you want to brown some onions for something that you're doing yourself, you can go into the high heat recipe, the browned onions, and do that, and then go on with another recipe yourself. All right, so that's created and saved collections. And as I said before, on Monday, I am doing one on the top here, sorry. I am going to do one on this created recipe, so I'm not going to touch on that now. Then I can go into my week, and we put the torta caprese in there. My shopping list has got quite a few things in there. Most of them are actually made. I made the peanut butter cookies because someone recommended them in my group on Facebook, and they were pretty good. So, but you can see I've also put that soup in there. I've got the vegetarian chili in there. So I can go back to my week. I want to see the contents of my shopping list, show the ingredients. I can then, from there, I can say, well, I've got baking powder. I know I've got almonds. I've got brown sugar. Haven't got cocoa, actually. I've got raw sugar. I haven't got enough limes, water, and so on. So I click off the things that I already have, and then I can, it looks like a long list, but there's a lot of recipes in there. And then if I want something else, say, you know, toilet cleaner, I can just add that in. So what I then do from there is that whatever you do on your computer, on your iPad, will end up on your phone in your app as well. So this exact shopping list is now on my phone, and I take my phone shopping, and as I've put the things in my shopping list, is in my basket, I just go, okay, cocoa powder, I've got that now. I've got the amaretto, and so on. All right. The other thing you can do from here, do you see we've still got 3 dots? So from the computer, those 3 dots you can share, and you'd have to actually send this via email. Okay. You can print it, but why would you do that if you've got it on your phone? But, you know, I know some people might like to. Or you can order your ingredients. And when we order our ingredients, it goes to Woolworths online. And they put in their choice of whatever you've said. So we had cannellini beans in there, but I can go in there and I can go swap. I don't want those. I want these because they're more expensive. Goodness me. Who would have thought that the organic cannellini beans were cheaper than the others? Must be on special or something. But say I can actually go select and it will change that for me. All right, so you can go through your whole shopping list like that. If you've got a Woolworths cart, you add to your Woolworths cart. I don't have one. And then you can click and collect, or you can get it delivered to you. When you have got all those ingredients and you don't want that shopping list anymore, you come back to your 3 dots, and they are exactly on your app as well. And you go clear all. Do you want to take everything off your shopping list? Yes, I do. No recipes collected. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to stop sharing a minute and just get my app up. So on my app, sorry, I know it's a bit hard to see with this. There we go. That's the best I can do. All right. So all those things that we were looking at are now on the bottom, and my shopping list, which of course I've just deleted. Let me just put something in my list here quickly. And so let's go. My recipe. My recipes. Actually, if you haven't made this is really good. It's really good for lunch boxes. And on the mix shop, there's actually a rose gold brownie pan. I've never made brownies in it, but I've made this in it all the time because you get individual portions which get crispy all the way around. It does have bacon in it, but you can leave the bacon out. I sometimes put tuna in there instead of bacon, and sometimes the ones I had today, they were all vegetarian, but I put a little bit of feta in the middle of each one. So it does like having a little bit of salt in it. If you just put vegetables, you would need to add some veggie stock or something like that just to give it a bit more salt. Okay, I'm going to add it to my shopping list. It says 8 portions there too, by the way. I don't know if I can scale that. Oh, interesting. So I normally do 8 portions. It does me 12 small brownie tin ones. So in my week, there we go. I've got my zucchini cheddar slice thing in there. And now if I stop sharing, get my app back up. I don't know if you can see this. It's so hard. I'm sorry. The lighting is really bad here. You can't see it at all. But that is now exactly what I had on the screen there on my computer is now on my app as well. So I think that is most things that I wanted to talk to you about. The only other thing was when it comes to renewing your Cookidoo subscription, you have to do that on the website rather than in the app. You can't do it in the app unless you've already set up a direct debit, in which case it will, automatic payment, and it will do that for you. All right. So I am going to change the view so we can see all your lovely faces. And can you please, if anyone's got any questions, can you please come off mute and ask them, and I'll do my best to answer. And if no one's got any questions, I take it I've done an awesome job.
Yes, no questions from us.
No questions from you?
No, it's good.
All right.
No.
Cool. Was that a good refresher for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Well, if there's no questions at all, that is it. I'm going to stop the recording anyway. So let's stop recording.